Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome, welcome. We're going to talk about finding clarity through transition, which I think a lot of us could use clarity while transitioning, right? So, good morning. Take a sip. So, let's take a moment and talk about transition itself, right? And what that means and how do we experience transition? Why do we experience transition? So transition comes in many forms. Transition could be a slight change. It could be a movement. It could be a drastic change, a big change in your life, right? But we have these incremental transition and these changes because a lot of times it's really about our next vibration. What's our next shift? So transitions, can be difficult. They can be complicated. They could be challenging for a lot of us, especially if you're like me and maybe we're not one to want to change or have change. I don't mind change as long as I know exactly how it's going to play out, what's the outcome, what's it look like. But unfortunately, the universe doesn't see it that way. And sometimes they give us these transition and changes to really empower us, to push us, to help us move forward. Okay. So that's your transition. And that comes in many, many, many ways. That could be anything from you feeling more empowered to you having more boundaries, maybe relationships leaving your life. Maybe it's the sudden loss that you experience of where we are on our path. It's the sudden loss of what we are doing. Okay. And that could be the loss of a loved one, the loss of your job, the loss of a relationship, all of those things. Okay. So it's really important for us to kind of go, okay, wait a second. I'm having this transition. Now, what do I do? And a lot of times, especially if you're caught off guard, it's either if you're caught off guard and you're not sure what to do, or if that transition is unexpected. So that's the sort of thing that we are experiencing. Okay. So what we want through this, what we want through that transition is the idea of how do I empower myself and trust and surrender with the universe, right? Because you may find that difficult, right? You may find it difficult that if you don't know which way to go or where the clarity is, you feel frozen. You're not sure the next step, right? So let's first and foremost start surrendering. Let's allow ourselves to breathe, right? That's going to help you start to relax, because when you're in that stress state, it's not the place to make changes. It's not the place to make choices. Okay. So what we want to do is take that breath and become very present with where we are. That presentness, that mindfulness is going to help you have that clarity, is going to help you really have that direction. Okay. And so when you start to slow down to say, okay, well, wait a minute. And what am I hanging on to? Are you hanging on to something that you're meant to release? Are you hanging on to something where, you are meant to really say, hey, let me take stock. Let me take a moment. Let me kind of see where I am. Because when you can go deep, you're going to be able to align with your higher self. You're going to be able to say, hey, wait a second, my soul wants this. My soul wants that. And that is absolutely going to help you. Okay. That is absolutely going to be a place of finding that clarity, having that clarity, having that direction. Okay. So, that's the first and foremost thing that is what we want to do. Second thing is not to be a people pleaser, because when you are focused on being a people pleaser, right, you want to make sure you're accommodating everyone. Guess what happens? Who do you not accommodate? Yourself, right? You end up not accommodating you and your needs and where you are on your path and on your journey. Okay. So we want you to stay focused on you, because the more you can stay in alignment with your higher self and what brings you joy and seeing that bigger picture, that's going to help you have clarity as well, because you're going to always see that end target. You're going to always see those next steps for you. Now, the third thing here is to step out of fear. Fear is absolutely going to block you. It's going to want to block you, right? It's going to absolutely want to step in and paralyze you. And so when we can say, well, wait a minute, I understand fear has this impact. Yes, I'm afraid. Yeah, I don't know where it's going. I don't know how to get through this, but just surrender to that. You don't have to have all the answers right now. You just have to have that next step. What's the next step that brings you joy? What's the next step that feels in alignment? Is it rest? Is it journaling? Is it putting that resume right back out? Is it getting right back on that dating site? Is it really reflection? Kind of saying, hey, wait a second, if I could do this all over, what would I do differently? How would I do it differently? And that's going to help you as well. Debbie, this is wonderful, Debbie. Debbie says, thank you for this. I've been so scattered, stressed, going through the motions. Debbie, that's so common. We will go through those motions, right? We go through the motions because we're not exactly changing yet. And so when we start to say, hey, wait a second, is this my next best move? Is this where we want to be? So it's understanding where we are and saying, okay, wait a minute. How do I take my next step? Let me take a breath. Universe, I'm open to you. What is it you want to show me in this moment? And I believe that you are going to start seeing that the signs coming in, take this road, take this chance, maybe this opportunity stepping in, right? And the fourth step, take action. I want you to take action. Taking action is powerful. Taking action is meaningful. Taking action is absolutely going to help you guys really get that clarity you are needing in this moment, okay? And when you have that clarity, guess what? You get to revamp, recycle, reset. You get to move forward in an inspirational, motivational way. You'll find new joy in what you're doing. You'll find new purpose in how you are living your life. So looking at transition as an opportunity is really the benefit of us saying, wait a second, now I'm in the driver's seat. Let me drive the bus. Rather than waiting for everyone else to drive your bus, you drive your bus. You be the leader in your life, right? Rather than waiting on everyone else's permission and what they're saying and what they're thinking, I want you to be able to move your life forward. And when you do that by surrendering, by really looking and setting yourself first, by making sure that you have those boundaries in place, that you have that reflection in place, that you're using breath and presentness, you are absolutely going to see and find clarity all around you, okay? So just really know that and taking stock in that. Okay, you guys, tonight is our Advanced Spirit Development Circle. So you don't want to miss this. This is our Advanced Spirit Development Circle. And tomorrow night is our Beginners Development Circle. So you're absolutely going to have this. And then on Thursday coming up on September 14th, we've got the Spiritual Business Group Mentoring. So we have a lot going on here. There's a lot coming up. Many, many ways for you to sharpen your spiritual gifts, hone your gifts, really take them to the next level. So come and join me. We have a lot coming up. And of course, we have the Colby Rebel Show this Thursday night. You're not going to want to miss this, okay? But as always, everybody, transition is a difficult place, but when you embrace that transition, when you embrace where we are, you absolutely will begin to have clarity around those next steps. And as always, remember to shine your light and shine it bright. And thank you, everybody. It's so good to see you, have you here. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys Thursday night. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.